alàgbà kan ti kọrin nínú ọmọ Yorùbá, ó ní ká sá fọwọ́ wà lẹ́rán pé Ọlọ́run ó jà fún wa. Ó ní a máa ṣe pè mọ́, ní ká sá fọwọ́ wà lẹ́rán pé Ọlọ́run ó jà fún wa. Ọlọ́run ti wá ń jà fún wa báyìí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, léyìí tó mú kí gbogbo àwa pàápàá jùlọ àpapọ̀ àwa tá a wà ní South ká wá yọ wá lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀, ká sọ wípé ìran Yorùbá, ká tún wá yọ ìran kejì, ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ Biafra. Ẹ wò ó, ká fọwọ́ lẹ́rán Ọlọ́run ti ń jà fún wa. Ẹ bọ́ bí ẹ wá wòdì, ẹ bọ́ bí ẹ wá wo àrídájú ìdí tí orílẹ̀-èdè yìí gbọ́dọ̀ di pínpín. Torí wípé tẹ́ ẹ bá gbàgbé bó ṣe ń jà ràyìnràyìn lórí ayélujára lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba USA. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni lábẹ́ ìṣàkóso bàbá wa Donald Trump, ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì lọ́hùn-ún, wípé dandan àwọn ṣàkíyèsí wípé ká gbọ́dọ̀ pín orílẹ̀-èdè yìí. Tẹ́ ẹ bá sì kíyèsí dáadáa, àwọn karambání tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ yìí, àwọn tí wọ́n fà á tí ó fi dogun wípé obì awẹ́ mẹ́ta kò ṣeé pín mọ́ láàrin ọmọ ìyá mẹ́ta. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń gba ọ̀nà ẹ̀bùrú, ni wọ́n ń gbọ̀nà ìwá, ni wọ́n ń gbọ̀nà òsì, ni wọ́n ń gbabi tó wọ́n láti rí ike pé àláǹfààní àti lọ. Àmọ́ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, iná ti jó dórí kókó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni odò Ògùn ti kọjá àfodò àfàjẹwẹ̀. ẹ̀rí tó kọjá ẹ̀rí ó ti déwájú Donald Trump. Ẹ bọ́ bí ẹ wá wò ó, ẹ wá gbọ́ látọ̀tún àtòsì. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni nínú ìròyìn tó tẹ̀ wá lọ́wọ́, a gbọ́ wípé bàbá wa Professor Banji Akíntóyè náà tún filẹ̀ nínú àwọn ẹ̀rí léyìí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìran ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gangan. Bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn Biafra ọ̀dẹ̀yìn láti gbé tiwọn lẹ̀. Ẹ wá wò ó, níbo ló wá kùn tí àwọn ará bí yìí fẹ́ sá sí. Ẹ dákun kí n má gbà yín lásìkò, kọ́rọ̀ tí mò ń sọ bá lè tí ó lè bá ayé yín dáadáa. Ẹ bá ń farabalẹ̀ wo fídíò yìí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ gbọ́ àwọn ẹ̀rí àrídájú tí wọ́n kó lọ fún Donald Trump wípé àwọn ẹ̀rí rèé o, ẹ̀rí rèé o, ẹ̀rí rèé o, ìdí àti túmọ̀ tá a fi fẹ́ lọ. Ẹ dákun bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wo fídíò yìí, ẹ máa bá mi share ẹ̀ ni. Ẹ má gbàgbé orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ní kíákíá ní kẹ́ ẹ máa pariwo. Ẹ máa jẹ́ kó yé gbogbo èèyàn pé kò sí ohun méjì táwa ń fẹ́ mọ́ bí ó ṣe pé kí wọ́n fún wa lórílẹ̀-èdè wa tí í ṣe orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni torí pé kò sí ọ̀nà àbáyọ mọ́, kò sí ohun tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà mọ́. Ọ̀yá ẹ má jẹ́ ń gbà yín lásìkò, ẹ̀ ń ṣó níbẹ̀.
Have responded to Donald Trump saying that the Nigerian state should not be broken, citing that the unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct. You know, I've heard this word most times, but the irony here is this. Those who are saying that Nigeria should not be divided are the very reason why Nigeria wants to be divided. The very reason why most of us want to go is because of the same northerners that don't want Nigeria to break. I mean, if you ask, who does the irony fall upon, the southerner or the northerner? You are the very one that have refused that Nigeria should grow. You have placed religion above the fundamentals that aids life to move forward. We want to progress, but you want religion in not to progress. We want competitive spirit that bring the best in us, but you want things to be handed to you freely, right from independence. We have a situation where you will not allow Christians to become vice chancellors of universities in the north. You have a situation whereby you give lower cutoff marks to students from the north, but decide that we from the south must score very high. The hurdles from the southerners is high, the hurdle from northerners is low. And you don't want a situation where it is the same not to say that certain people, because of their religion and because of their tribe, can never be present, and yet you want us to be one. Where do you think this irony is going to take us to? Where do you think this irony? You see, it's an insult on the sanity of human mind to see that the Northerners are the one fighting for the oneness of Nigeria. It will seem as if it's coming from a place of concern, from a place of bonding together and not allowing fractures to come into what is good for everyone. Nigeria is not good for everyone. Nigeria is not good for everyone. Imagine this guy, this security guy, where somebody that is called, that has no degree and all his certificate now F9. Yet he's handling he's handling a big security post in Nigeria. I mean, how can we continue like this? You want Nigeria to be one and use the one sacrosanct. Now, one the only English way London politicians are be sacrosanct. That means the unity is divine. It should not be tempered because it is what the unity of Nigeria is what has led us. No, sir. No, sir. Everything that is the reason why Nigeria should break comes from the north. The hatred, the bias, the dislike. You cannot allow churches to survive. You cannot allow Christians to survive. You cannot allow non-northerners to survive. It's all about hate, unaliving, killing, buying, everywhere, destruction. And you want Nigeria to be one with this northern retrogression going on, with northerners, with all this their backwardness. Allow your children to go to school. You say no. You want to preserve Almajiri. Allow us to live well, where we keep animals where they belong. You say no, we and cows must live together. I was in Abuja the other day. I saw cows roaming freely in front of Secretariat. Cows and human beings are now using the same pavement, the same sidewalk. You get me? Small time now, we and cow go, they enter boutique, they buy jeans. Now where would they head up? And you say Nigeria should not break. Where other countries are evolving into, a more cosmopolitan lifestyle. Who they drag space with cow for Nigeria here? And you want Nigeria to be one? Spare me the bullshit. Spare me the rubbish that Nigeria's unity is sacrosanct. How? When politicians will say that northerners cannot vote for southerners. When our politics is rigged. Where we have turned the country where corruption and criminals are now idolized. Malami, who is claimed to sponsor terrorists, came down from an airport and people are hailing him. He's coming down majestically as James Bond, as a movie star that needs to sign autograph. This country has to change. This country has to change. You want Nigeria to be one? When you cannot tolerate, you cannot feel you are equal with other tribes and religion. How does that make sense? Please make it make sense to me like a 6-year-old. Nonsense. Don't provoke me. Don't provoke me. I'm so provoked to the extent that I want to believe that violence is not a monopoly of any tribe, religion, or region. You want to live in peace? Learn how to tolerate. We are the ones that bring people with vast education. Rather than promote education in your youth, you promote the recitation of Quran. How does knowing the Quran from begin to end produce aeroplane or manufacture basic necessities that produce life? In the north, you place religion above human existence. In the south, we promote competition, progress, evolvement, and development above religion. We cannot live together. We cannot live together. And the fact that you place this religion above human existence, you wouldn't even allow people with a different culture or mentality to live their own life. You say your religion is number one, but you don't tolerate my ogogoro. I bring your ogogoro to your place, you break it. You bring my cow to your place, I tolerate it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. If you are afraid that Nigeria should not be broken, or if you truly want Nigeria to be one, and you truly also believe that the unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct, then you have to learn to tolerate the people that are not from North with their culture. For instance, I'm not saying you should take my gogoro, but allow me to take my gogoro to your place because I allowed to bring your cows to my place. Don't stay in a moral high ground that you are the one who is to decide what is good and what is bad. Ogoro is bad, but cow destroying places is good. Nonsense. you want Nigeria to be one. Unity of Nigeria is sacrosanct. Not true now. Abemona, get out, I beg.
And it's quite heart-wrenching, so extremely disturbing. It looks like these people will never, ever stop. And of course, there's nothing that will indicate that more than the fact that instead of this guy to act, they went as far as coming to the United States to contract lobbyists, the DCI lobby group, to help in polishing their image. Because like we keep saying, the best way to polish one's image is to act, But these guys, for the fact that they are contracting over $9 million, they are contracting the DCI for over $9 million for just a year, the highest ever that the DCI group has ever gotten. It's an indicator of the fact that they are not ready to stop. So we're in for a very long thing. You see, I've never in my entire life ever thought that I would want a different country from these guys. But I'm facing reality right now because these guys don't want to stop. The Fulanis who have been killing people every day in Nigeria have the support of their people from the caliphate to those in government, because if those people from the caliphate, from the Sultan in Sokoto, to the likes of El Rufai, to the likes of Ganduje, to the likes of Ribadu, to the likes of even Shetima, will come together and ask these people to stop. I'm telling you to stop today. But they will never stand up because it's a look, the genocide happening in Nigeria is the worst form of genocide anywhere in the world. The worst form of genocide anywhere in the world. And that is why the official records captures it that out of every 10 Christians killed in Nigeria, 7 out of every 10 Christians killed in the world, 7 are Nigerians. Killed by the Islamists. For what? For what? Look at what happened this weekend, this Sunday in Kaduna State, in Kajuru, in Kurminwali. 3 churches were raided by Fulani terrorists, and 177 persons were abducted, kidnapped. 11 escaped. And right now, the Fulani local government infiltrated the plan. So much people. Plateau stayed the same, Nasarawa stayed the same, Kaduna the same. And that goes to show you the agenda that has been there. And for any agenda to succeed, there must be moles. So they've had so much moles. For some of us, we're not surprised because even Judas, even amongst the 12, there was a Judas. So imagine amongst 1 million, how many Judases we will have. On the flip side, just imagine what happened in Kajuru this Sunday. Let's imagine that it was a mosque. Sunday service in Christendom is like Jumat, the Jumat mosque on Friday for the Muslims. So just imagine that a Jumat mosque was going on, and then a Christian militia group, like the Birom militia group or a Tiv militia group, operating in, let's say, Kano or Bauchi or Jigawa, goes to these 3 mosques and abduct people during Jumat. Just imagine. The Islamists who will call this the worst genocide ever recorded in the history of mankind. And they'll start burning everywhere. So we've been so tolerant. You see, people like, I know how many Muslims friends I've lost because they say, oh, Frank, we thought you are not like this. I've never been like this, but I've been on the defensive. I've seen my community become destroyed. I've seen people I grew up with completely being killed for nothing in their own land. Fulani do not belong to Benue State, for instance. So there's no justification you coming to communities and killing people and then you begin to say it was cattle grazing. Cattle grazing how? We regulated cattle grazing. You refuse to abide by it. You say you want Sharia. In Nigeria, look, we are a secular state. I keep mentioning this example that Senegal is 95% Muslim, but there is no Sharia. We just watched what happened in Morocco recently, the tournament, the AFCON. You could see Moroccan ladies in the stadium with their hair free. That is a free society. Religion should be private. Hijab does not originate from Islam. It started right from the Jewish period up to Christianity. But, they feel that Christian ladies do not are wayward. No, it's because the religion allows liberty. And so it feels that, look, if you can adhere to what Christ has preached, good and fine. And so it leaves you at your own liberty. If not, the lives of hijab covering does not emanate from Islam. It's a traditional, Jewish tradition up to Christianity. And that's why the Reverend sisters, they still cover themselves. But we are a religion that allows liberty, knowing that it's between you and your God. That is how religion should be. You don't force religion on people. And by the way, there is no nation on the surface of the earth practicing Sharia that is a model nation. Not Afghanistan, not Iran. Iran said they are an Islamic republic and they want to spread Islam all around the world. Sharia must go all around the world. They want to stage a jihad. And ironically, the arms they are using are produced in the Christian nation of Russia. They want to use arms from a Christian country to spread jihad. They go as far as an atheist nation, a nation that does not believe in God, atheist nation of North Korea, to develop her nuclear capabilities. And they go to a Buddhist nation and a Tao nation of China to get their air defense system and missiles. So can you see the hypocrisy? You want to use the technology of the Catholic to kill the Catholic to spread Islam. Who does that? Why can't you not allow people practice their religion in peace? You not allow people practice. The first 10 most peaceful nation in the world, there's no Islamic country in it. The first 10 most peaceful country in the world, Google them. The first 10 happiest nation in the world does not have any of these guys in it. The first 10 richest nation with the highest GDPs in the world are all Christian majority countries, with the exception of China and Japan, which has Buddhist and Tao. So what are we saying? Why can't you allow people just be on their own? You see, you want to bring Sharia in Nigeria, and then when other parts say, okay, you can have your Sharia, let's cut off. They begin to, the Sultan, I saw a video of them going around preaching unity of Nigeria, oneness of Nigeria. But you are insisting you want to practice Sharia. Why can't you allow other people who want to go? You can practice your Sharia when you cut off yourself and name yourself Republic of Arewastan, like Pakistan or Afghanistan. But you want to practice Sharia in our own land that is a secular country. In our own land. And when people say they want to go, you begin to go up and down preaching this. And then, look, the world is modern. The fact that you destroy other people in the past is not possible now. It's not possible. And that is why, even sometimes I look at some of this, the Fulanis have never won any war anywhere, especially in modern times. The fact that they come in the depth of the night and kill women and children and doesn't mean they are powerful. If they are powerful, let's stand face to face, and they'll see the might of these other tribes that they've been killing. Like I keep mentioning, during the Second World War, the soldiers that were taken from Nigeria to fight in the British frontiers in Asia, in Myanmar, in Malaysia, were not Fulani soldiers. They were soldiers from the Middle Belt, thief soldiers, Idoma soldiers, soldiers from Plateau, majorly. The soldiers during the Civil War who won the Civil War for Nigeria were basically Middle Belt soldiers and Yoruba soldiers. T.Y. Danjuma, the thief soldiers there, the Angas soldiers, Lantern soldiers, the Yoruba soldiers, Obasanjo, and the Scorpion. You know, the guy who was famously known as the Scorpion. There's no any remarkable Fulani man there. So you are not strong. You are just coming like the devils that you've always been in the depth of the night from the bushes and striking communities, and you think you are strong. Because you plotted so that the soldiers, your people in authority have strategized and plotted so that they will disarm all these communities that they've always done to all the Benue communities, all the Plateau communities and Southern Kaduna communities. And then you come and strike and kill people, then you think you are strong. We want peace. We've been preaching peace and it's quite